Peace everyone, Unmask Art here, and this is not a banana. This is also not a banana. Okay, this actually is a banana, but this video isn't about bananas. It's about frequency separation. So what do I mean by frequency separation? The idea of frequency separation is an idea that I came across when learning photography and learning to retouch photos. And the idea of it was to separate the colors from the texture. And sort of what you're left with is you're sort of left with gradients and then textures on top. And I realized when I was doing this to retouch photos that I could apply this same concept to artwork. Let me show you a quick example of this. So here's the original picture of the actual banana. And if I remove the texture from this banana using frequency separation, my banana will look like this. And you might think, well, that's just a blurry picture. Well, actually, it's not. What it actually is a series of gradients with the texture removed from the image. So you don't have sharp lines or anything like that happening in the artwork. Instead, you just have a series of colors and strategically placed gradients. That's what I focus on creating when I start my artwork, instead of worrying about all of the unique textures and details. I don't even like to use the word detail anymore, because I think of my art, or I think of art as being a series of color and gradients and values with texture added on top. And by isolating these two components of your artwork, you're able to replicate things much faster, much more efficiently, and in most cases a lot better than you are previously. So here's the idea of frequency separation. It is first to identify the underlying gradients and colors, and then adding the texture on top. So here's what adding the texture back into this banana looks like. So once again, here is the gradients, everything that I create in the beginning, with some exceptions, and then when I add the texture back on top. So when you see me coloring the banana, what you're going to see me doing is creating the underlying gradients first. I don't worry about any of the textures. I aim to create the banana looking like this. After I accomplish that, I come back through and I add the texture. And by separating these two components into the artwork, it allows me to work through it much more efficiently and effectively. What you're seeing now is I'm going to begin filling in the under gradients of the banana, just a series of yellows and browns and some green colors. I'm going to do this for the entire banana, and you'll see that it lacks a considerable amount of detail and texture because I leave all of that out in the beginning stages. I also put in the drop shadow or the cast shadow from the banana itself. And again, I keep all of the textures out of it. And this is what it looks like with only the gradients. Now the next step is to add in the textures. So the first stage was just the underlining gradient, sort of that blurry banana. And then the last step is to just add in all of the textures, or details as some people like to call it. And this is what it looks like with all of the textures added. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video and found it informative. Give frequency separation a try for yourself. Of course, if you want to learn more from me, make sure you are subscribed and check out the art club. I'll have links for that in the description. I use the frequency separation method a lot, pretty much every project that I do in the art club. So you can revisit some of those ideas in the past projects and follow me on future ones. And I hope to see you over there. Take care. Peace. Udon, what are you doing?